This episode of the Bhav Cast is brought to you by Big Nate's Juices, a local Philadelphia business specializing in organic cold-pressed juices and wellness products aimed to promoting health and wellness and hydration in the community. Products include cold-pressed juices, sea moss smoothies, detox packages, and wellness shots. Buy them on Instagram at BGN Juices and tag them for a feature. Let me try this out. Big Nate knows the Bhav loves watermelon. Now let's get back to the Bhav Cast.
The algorithm knows you better than you know yourself.
Yeah. Well, back then it was listening to like me and my boys being like, "Oh man, we're gonna go out tonight. We're gonna get the ladies."
Yeah.
You know? So it was like ladies.
Now it hears you like, "Oh, my back." It's like 5 p.m. You're making dinner. Oh, my arm hurts. my shoulder is in pain and I haven't moved today.
Welcome back to the Bhav Cast. Today I got New York comedian Massy Cashore.
Hello.
How you doing? Woo!
Let's go.
How's Philadelphia treating you, baby?
Dude, I love Philadelphia. Your guys' open mics are unparalleled in terms of number of audience.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see. I feel though like I'm seeing like the best parts of Philadelphia because I'm talking to people. I'm like, oh, I love it here. It's great. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, are you kidding me? And I was like, no, there's like these 3 blocks I've been to have all been very entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I first thought. I was like, are you gaslighting me? You don't have to, we're Philadelphians. We don't need that extra sprinkle on top. You can tell us if it's shitty. We're like, yeah, that's right.
Oh, I tell you, no, I hate a lot of things. I hate most things. I come to Philly, I'm like, excited to do a couple of the mics.
Hell yeah.
Which is like, a lot of the time you do a mic because it's like, I want to tell this joke, but like this mic's going to suck. Philly, I'm like, this is going to be sick.
Maybe because it's like fresh, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I think that's it.
You got like a little bit of excitement on you. The city hasn't run you down yet.
Exactly, yeah. Run down city real experience. Yeah, no, I feel like that's New York's been running me down a little bit.
Yeah.
But coming to Philly's nice, man. I like it a lot.
We were at that gay bar doing comedy last week.
We were?
I bombed pretty hard, but I go there to bomb because I know they don't fuck with me.
Everyone bombed, dude. Everyone was bombing. It's refreshing to do comedy in a room where no one's doing well because there's no pressure.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the hell you want. I had a joke bomb and then I just did like a 360-degree spin.
Yeah, I saw you recalibrate. I thought that was very adorable.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going for adorability.
So what do you feel like the difference is between New York comedy and Philly comedy?
Okay, well, for one, Philly comedy has audience at the open mics. That's pretty cool. I think it's also, I don't know, like the open mics here are run more like shows, which is like positive because you get to perform to people. It's a negative because it's like a clout. If they don't know you, then you're going up dead last. So you got to go up and be like, hey, like I'm actually from New York, and one time I told a joke and it was funny. Can I please go up before 4 hours? And they're like, I'll see what I can do, buddy. Yeah, maybe, man. It's kind of packed. I don't really know you like that. So, like, all right, oh, thanks, bye.
I feel like I know exactly who you're talking about.
We'll compare notes after. There's like 4 different people I could be talking about right now. Yeah, but it's good. I feel like people here are super friendly. Like, I don't know, everyone's like very funny and let's chill. I like it here. It's cool.
Oh man, we appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. What do you think of New York comedy?
To be honest, that one weekend like that we came up, me, Dorman, and London.
That was sick.
To do comedy, like I'm not gonna lie, we got drinks, hit a mic, drinks, hit a mic, and by the time we got to Eastville, dude, I was tanked, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah.
But I think
it's at 11:30. It's at 11:30 open mic on a Saturday. If you're not tanked, you're doing it wrong.
But we had fun. We had fun the whole time. We were like, we in New York.
Yeah, you guys were lit. You were like, New York City, let's go. I remember you were like. Did you say you did like 10 minutes of comedy in like 3 minutes or something? Yeah. You were just rolling off. Yeah, it's
I just was machine gunning.
And then we went out drinking till like 4 a.m.
Yeah, dude, that was too much. It was too long of a day for me, but no, I enjoy it. And I told myself like I want to at least do New York once a month at least.
Cool, yeah.
Because
you've been doing
what?
You've been keeping up with that schedule?
No, we've been fucking up, but maybe starting in June.
Starting in June. Always next month.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so next week, London and I are this weekend I have to go home to see my mom because I didn't go home for Mother's Day last weekend.
That's neither did I. I'm not going home. Where's home for you?
Lansdale, so it's like 45 minutes out of here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should go home to see your mom.
Where for you?
I'm from Toronto.
Oh,
so that's just across the border.
I was gonna say Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. So my mom got a phone call.
A FaceTime?
A phone call.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. We talk. I know what she looks like. She knows what I look like. We talked for a while. Yeah. So I got to
No, that's good. That's good. At least you're talking to her. At least you're not yelling at her. Some white kids yell at their mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. No, I'm not very. Hi, mom.
Yeah. Yeah, you love your mom. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
But like next weekend we're going to DC, and then it's like I have a wedding the first week of June. So hopefully like the third week of June we can come up.
Nice.
Because it is a change of pace too, you know?
Dude, that's one of the things I like about Philly actually, because in New York I feel like I'm always just like running behind. I'm out like no downtime or whatever. Oh Jesus. Nice. Coming to Philly, I feel like I can sleep for 7 hours, which is it might just be because I'm staying in a hotel. Mm-hmm. Dude, a hotel I sleep so much better than my regular bedroom, which is probably bad, but
that's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Well, how bad is your normal bedroom?
Dude, it's probably pretty bad.
Okay, I guess where in New York do you live? I
live in Brooklyn. It's not. I got a nice spot, but I just don't. I don't have like any like home decor skills or anything like that. So I'm 31. I don't have like a headboard on my bed. Like I got like an Amazon like frame and like a mattress on top of it and like clothes strewn about the floor. Not enough lighting.
Yeah, dude, the only reason I have a real bed and a headboard is because I had a girlfriend for a long time.
That's the trick. Yeah. I know. That'll do it. That's the times I've slept best in my life is when a female has set the situation up.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, they live so good.
They do. They care about their well-being so much. Why don't we do that, man? Women are like they care about how they feel throughout the day. And I feel like we don't even think about it. We're just like, oh, I got to do the next thing. Why am I hungry? Oh, I probably should have eaten in the last 16 hours.
Yeah. We're trying to be providers.
Exactly. I'm trying to go out there and slay a moose.
Yeah, I'm trying to get things done for you, baby.
Exactly.
You just trying to exist in what I'm trying to build, you know?
You're trying to care. They're trying to provide care. I'm trying to provide. Period. Come on. And here's the thing. In 2025, we need care. We don't need to go hunt moose and shit. Like
Joe Rogan's already hunted the moose for us.
Joe Rogan's hunted all the moose. I can go to the grocery store and collect like 50 moose. I can't go to the like home care store and get someone to like arrange my bedroom. Maybe do they have that?
I don't know, but we should make a store where you just go and get loved for a little bit. That's not like a strip club.
Yeah. I feel like they probably got that in Japan.
Yeah. Or Amsterdam, But once again, not sexually. I need emotional love. We're getting old now.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Just like go, someone holds your hand, you get a hug, you leave. You're like, oh, that's what I needed. I'll be back next week.
Yeah, exactly. That'll get me through it up. You know what, that thing you said that you were like you just right now said reminded me of that one character that you played. What was that guy?
Chuckleberry Finn. Yeah, he's y'all good Americans.
What's that inspired by?
Dude, I was just writing all these jokes and I was like, these are heinous. I was like, I can't say these as like a regular person. And then I had these like sunglasses in my backpack.
Yeah.
And I was just like, let me try saying them in a southern accent.
Oh yeah.
And it hit. Like the one was like, my girlfriend told me she wanted to try ethical non-monogamy. I told her no.
Yeah, that was it. dude.
That would take the fun out of cheating on you. Where's the rush?
Dude, that was literally that night. That was like, dude, I love this guy because he's like ethically nominated. And he's like, you're like, just it was a hard no.
I know there. No.
That crushed me, dog.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that's a fun character. I haven't brought him out in a while. I took him to like a comedy. I did that act at like a comedy competition where it was like 0 audience and like 4 judges, and they hated it. So,
no, you need some rowdy people for that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you spill 11:30, some drunk people. Yeah, no, it's a fun time. I like that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. That's when I was like, all right, like you're like I saw you here, and then I was like, I need to get him on the podcast because that one joke, dude, really like that sent it for me for you.
Dude, know? Thank you. Yeah, that's one of my favorite jokes. I told you that I started doing that in the accent because I couldn't say it normally.
Yeah,
I've started saying that joke normally. That joke hits me saying normal. Some of the other ones, people just look at you weird. Like I got one where it's like, I think heaven is overrated because you got to be yourself for the rest of eternity. I prefer reincarnation because you can hit the jackpot and come back as a lesbian. And if you say that in a regular voice, people are like, what's wrong? Are you okay, bro? Like, what are you talking about? It's like, no, wouldn't it be nice to be a lesbian?
Maybe like sometimes like I have these bits like that, and when I'm at home practicing sometimes, I'll just do it in the accent.
Yeah,
you know
right?
what I mean? Yeah, like what's that song? Like, I've been selling my soul. Like, what is that song?
It's a fun accent to do, isn't it?
Yeah, north of Virginia. Or you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know that song. But
dude, it was so famous for a while. I was like, I've been selling my soul. So then I'll just do like, I grew up in the family business. Nice. Would anybody like to guess? You know? And then like people will guess.
Throw them off. Feel like, it must have been a cowboy or something. Wrangling horses on the ranch.
And then I have this mullet, so people are like,
that's right. We roll up on a horse to like some bar in rural Texas. Like, howdy, y'all.
Honestly, I have a motorcycle. When I take that thing out, I'm only talking in this accent.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'll like roll up to a biker club and I'll walk in there, howdy, y'all.
Really? What, any fun reactions from doing that?
No, they're like respect.
Yeah.
Because they don't. The thing is, I started using y'all just in general when people were like started all this fucking like, because I used to be like, oh, what up, dudes? You know what I mean? And then some girls would get upset, like, I'm not a dude. And you're like, dude is like general, baby girl. You know what I mean?
Baby girl. Dude is general, sweet cheeks.
Exactly. So now I got to go up on stage. I'm like, oh, what's good, y'all? You know? And then kind of just like.
It works. Y'all is good. It's like a plural, gender neutral, where it goes with the mullet. Yeah.
And it's sure it sounds a little southern, but my family comes from farming, so.
I'm a real salt of the earth kind of dude.
I like to touch grass.
I like to smoke cigars and shoot my gun. So sue me.
And then fuck my cousin.
That's the best part.
Yeah, dude. We should do the rest of this podcast in a southern accent.
I think we should.
Alrighty then. What do you think? Oh, okay, hold on. Now I'm just sounding like something autistic. Hold on 1 second.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all a little autistic?
Aren't we all sound a little autistic?
What do you think about this new Pope there?
Oh, I don't know about the Pope, but I'll tell y'all what, Catholics owe me $17 from back when I was in high school, and the one Catholic motherfucker didn't pay up when I won the fight. I was never good at improv.
Yeah. It works better when you know where to put the enunciation on the accent.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you able to do other accents? You have
obviously I can do the Indian accent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I wanted to spend this year learning how to do Russian accent and then Mexican accent.
I like how you planned it out. You're like, I got accent goals.
Yeah, because then see the thing is all right, when I think about comedy, since I'm a storyteller, you can really paint a picture, right, if you're doing accents.
Yeah, it's true. You switch out the kind of audience's perspective.
Yeah, and then then I come back to this voice when I want to come back to like center. But like Russell Peters always said, like, okay, there's there are some Indian comedians that don't believe in doing the Indian accent.
Okay.
Because some Indian comedians will do it and they'll down punch their parents or something.
Sure.
But like when I do it, it's always like an up punch. Like my mom will be like, "Oh, you are working at the Dairy Queen forever."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like she is telling me she's punishing me. You know?
Yeah. And it's part of your experience. She's not the butt of the joke. It's you that's the butt of the joke, and it's from your perspective.
Exactly.
I like that. Yeah.
So I think if you can do all the accents, you can make a really colorful story.
Yeah.
You know, and it's fun. It's like, what are we doing? But just for entertainment. I think some comedians that think like you can't do the accent of your own culture, they're letting ego get involved a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the accent that was handed to you by fate. So that's
dude,
your accent.
And what I'm saying to them is like, look. This is what I'm saying to them, dog. It's like, what else do Indian people got? You know?
Take the opportunities when they present themselves. Come on.
We had to do comedy because we have a good Indian accent. Like, we have a funny accent. You know, it's not like we're not like all built like tall, jacked, muscular men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, I'm taking the accent because I got it. You know?
Yeah. Power to you.
Yeah.
What you do a lot of stories?
Yeah, like that's really all I do is like I mean. Now I've learned to set up stories and set up punch kind of.
Nice.
But everything I say on stage is pretty much true.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move into that territory. A lot of my joke writing has just been like set up punchline with not a lot of depth, and I've like written a couple recently that are more story oriented. I find it's like I really want to get into that because I feel like it adds more depth to your comedy, and like it make it more vulnerable. It's hard to keep it like heavy with the punches.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. So I've learned from some people that do storytelling is you write the whole story down.
Okay.
And then you just start eliminating like, oh, this sentence was extra. Then you just kind of find the hits.
Yeah.
And then you can really find like, you know,
whittle it back.
Yeah. This is the setup. This is the punch. This is the setup. This is the punch.
Yeah.
And then your whole act actually becomes a story. Like my whole act is basically like, I'm 31. I have back problems.
Yeah.
We have the Dairy Queen. Then relationships, and then like I have a dad, a sister.
Yeah,
it's like really
you're talking about your experience,
and that's
your
really
life.
it.
Yeah. I'm trying to make my act more like that. Yeah,
and you just write down the story, and then like honestly, like okay, like sometimes you go out and you fucking bomb because you don't like this is the first time you're just telling it, and they don't like sometimes believe it. Like I've been arrested a couple times, and I'll go out there and I'll tell this like bit, and it's like they think I'm like they think I'm flexing. But I'm like, it wasn't flexing when I was getting in trouble and fucking beat up by my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It took me 10 years to be able to talk about this, and you guys are thinking, oh, Bob's just flexing on us. You know? So,
that's an interesting. How do you feel when you're like finally getting vulnerable? Are you like you're probably like, are you like laughing, or are you like getting like serious?
No, it's like they're just like fun stories. You know what I mean? So it's like even like. Okay, I think at that open mic, I talked about maybe that like the chick, she told me she had like herpes. I can't remember what set I did there, but then I was like, oh, I thought she was gonna whip out a dick.
That rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she had herpes, and I was like, man, I wish she had a dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if it doesn't work, it's like, oh, maybe I'm just not telling it right.
Yeah.
But this happened, and it's like a funny situation, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and I feel like bombing that way, like if a true story bombs, at least you like the story ends, you conclude it, you go on to the next thing. It's not like when you say a setup punchline that's entirely false and you get crickets from the audience, you're like, what have we all just been through? I'm sorry.
Yeah. And
there's like an honesty to it that's
right.
Nice.
And if they don't like it, then you could be like, man, like you're really that hurt even more because I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Although, does it hurt more, or do you feel like at least you're being honest? Like you're telling us, even if it's not getting laughs, you're provoking thought.
Yeah, well, I mean, at a show, I'm like only doing things that work. It's like this only happens at my open mics, and to be honest, I used to take open mics like really personally.
That's a great way to feel bad.
But now I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, I don't care anymore, you know? Like, and as long as like I'm not being like malicious, right? Like that's my whole thing. Like, before, if I bombed, maybe someone would be in the audience like, oh, don't quit your day job. And then I'd fucking, like I'd go in on them like maliciously. And then I'd be like, don't be that guy.
Wait, were you good at going into the malicious? Like, was it funny or was it just like
I go in on
evil?
someone the way my mom goes in on me.
Okay.
So it's funny.
So you like beat him a little bit?
Yeah. I'll take off my shoe and throw it at him. Like, it's funny to people that are brown and have immigrant parents. But like if you're just like this sheltered person, like it's not fun. Like one time I had a guy in Manayunk say something to me, and I was bombing for sure. It was my fault, but he was like, oh, you doing comedy? Then I was like, dude, what do you do? And he goes, I'm an actor. And I was like, oh God. So I was like, yeah, because we're in the same boat now, you know, like actors, musicians, OnlyFans women, we're all we're all the same. So
we're all the same struggle.
It's like
same struggle.
We're just trying to entertain and get some likes, you know?
Yeah.
And I asked him, like, do you have any IMDb credits? He goes, no. I asked him, how many followers on TikTok do you have? He goes, like 100. And then I looked at the girl he was with. I was like, you're with a loser. And I was like, this dude isn't even 6 foot tall. I was like, he's fucking fat. And then, I don't know, it just kept, I was like, how much money do you make? And I asked him, like, what do you do? Okay. And he was like, oh, I'm a cashier. I'm like, you barely break 30K. I was like, you don't eat, like, and I don't know, like, somewhere I just lost it. And like, I had the comedians with me for a little bit.
The audience was gone from the start.
Yeah.
Damn, that's actually... you were able to just like lock in on like verbally destroying this guy.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was always bullied, so it was like I don't know where it came from. Maybe it was just years of just being bullied as a child. I repented.
Yeah, me too. I was never popular. I got bullied, but like I feel like if I'm in that situation, I kind of like break down a little bit. Like it's hard to be in the moment and like just like attack.
Yeah.
So. It's bad to be rude, but I respect that you have the ability.
Yeah. Well, now I try to do it with like with funny. Like that's what I learned. I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, like so now my go-to thing is like if someone heckles me, I'll say like, "Hey man, you keep this up. I'll leave my backpack here." You know?
That's good. Yeah.
And we're all gonna die. Except like you're not coming back. But I am because of reincarnation. So
that's good. That's good.
And that
did you write that down, or did you just say that on the spot one day?
Now this is like kind of like I've done like the backpack thing a couple of times where like if someone like let's say you're on stage and they're not giving you a good time, I'll come up on stage and I'm like if you love me like you love that guy, I'm gonna leave my backpack here. You know, and then so I got this backpack part that's like kind of, and it's like funny because if you're actually brown, you know, Indian people don't have the backpack.
Yeah, you guys are not the terrorists. But I guess like audiences like Manayunk or whatever, they don't know the difference.
Yeah, they like, you know, if they are smart enough, I'll be like, hey man, you keep this up, I'll starve myself, you know, and that will usually get them.
What? Wait, just because white people do anorexia?
No, because Gandhi, you know, when.
I like that.
Yeah, because Gandhi went on the hunger strike, and
yeah, I'm pretty stupid.
No, it's all right, dude. I'm pretty whitewashed as well. You know, you and I are in the same whitewashed boat.
I got the backpack one. I'm sure the white people get that too.
That one's easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Doesn't need to be a deep reference to get that.
No, and sometimes if it's like just light and on the surface, it's like fun, you know? Yeah, dude. So what's your end goal in comedy? I know that's like a loaded question.
No, dude, that's a great question. It's something I've been reflecting on a lot. It's related to what I was talking about with like trying to do more storytelling. I don't really know what my end goal is. I know that I like writing jokes and telling them and like getting funnier. I don't really know where I want to take it. Like short term or like medium term goal, I want to start like getting like doing house shows at clubs, like getting past at clubs and stuff like that. But like, I kind of want to, I like the just being funny and telling jokes and like being silly. But I also, there's a part of me that like wants to like say something meaningful and like write sort of stories that go a little bit deeper or like speak to like human experience.
Yeah.
And it's at the same time I don't want to go on stage and be like preachy and not funny and or like if I do that then have it not be comedy but have it be like I'm like reading from a book I wrote or something.
Right.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that one out. For a long time, I had just the goal of being like like I was in graduate school and I wanted to be a professor, and that like dissipated. And now I'm trying to like figure out what I want to do with my life
Right.
after having had that like life vision for like most of my 20s.
What changed about you wanting to be a professor?
Oh, academia was horrible. I did a PhD. I did graduate school for 5 years in upstate New York from like 23 to 28.
And what was the PhD in?
It was in operations research, like
Okay.
applied math. And it just, I don't know. I wasn't working in a field that I was like particularly passionate about. And I didn't really, it was like a very remote town. I could either hang out with like graduate students or aging hippies.
Yeah.
And I got along way better with the aging hippies. They taught me how to play chess. That was a good part. But I don't know. I was like very unhappy in that environment. But just like the promise of like a life of doing research and like publishing, and then like being 80 years old, and they throw a banquet for you at your retirement, and you look back at your Google Scholar citations and feel accomplished, was like enough to like drive me through that to finish it. And I was like so steadfast on pursuing that life. And at the last minute, I was sort of just like, I'm so unhappy. I can't keep doing this. And I got like a friend of a friend was starting a company, and I was like, okay, I'll go do this job. And I like left academia, and like, and a lot of metrics, my life got better. Like I had friends, I was happier, I was living in a real city, but like sort of like at an existential level, I've been like very, like I had like a North Star, and now I'm kind of like trying to figure out where to go with the pieces.
No, dude, I feel that. Isn't it like, were you always like a social child?
No.
Oh, how about like within your own small friend group? Were you like the funniest guy, a little outgoing?
A bit of both. I grew up really short. I was like very shy, actually. I was very like socially anxious. In high school, I couldn't go into the cafeteria for like 2 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah. In undergrad is where I like grew. I became like very outgoing because I was like a huge nerd.
Right.
I was really into like computers. I was like a hacker when I was like 15.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, dude, I hacked half my school's Facebook when I was 15 years old before they had phishing prevention. My friends and I set up a phishing website.
Okay.
And got the passwords of like half the people in my high school. If I went to high school with any of you, I'm sorry, and your passwords were hilarious.
Sorry. That's Canadian.
Oh, sorry. Eh? Oh man, yeah, that was fun.
Dude, hacking is pretty sexy. That's a sexy thing.
It was cool, right? Yeah, like I was never like, I got into like technology and math and stuff not because I like pressure from the parents or I wanted a good job. I just wanted to break into my friends' computers.
Yeah. So that's where you kind of found like your socialness and the things you excelled at.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then when I got to undergrad, I went to like the nerdiest university in Canada, and I was surrounded by like other math nerds, and there I was able to like be social without being like anxious. And then I kind of like took 2 years to learn how to talk to people.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, I mean, you guys are like computer people. Sometimes they need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was nice. Nice to be around like people that were kind of like you. Like you could talk about like math and stuff. But then also you could like, there were like math people who would also like go for a beer or something. It was like the nice combo. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you party a lot in college?
Not a lot. Like nerdiest university in Canada. Like very, very much on the like we don't shower, we study side. So like from that distribution of people, I was more on the partying side than most. But it wasn't like your typical like American college partying experience.
I see. Yeah, because sometimes I feel like, I'm an engineer by degree, and it's like, like you get a 23 on a math exam, like you're gonna black out that night.
Yeah, I feel like engineers, you guys work your fucking ass off, and then you know how to party too.
Yeah.
Like, you guys can go ham.
Well, sometimes you have to learn how to party because of how much you fucked up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, because you're probably doing like 5 heavy courses a semester kind of thing. Yeah. That's a good coping mechanism.
I mean, it's not a good one, but it's efficient. I think my last semester I took 22 credits, and I was like, that was the most I partied as well,
Nice.
And for part of it, I was on crutches too. So I was like, what the hell? Like, I was like, who was that guy?
So much energy. Taking that athleticism and putting it to use.
And now we're in our 30s, and it was like, I wish I took care of myself just a little better back then.
Dude, I know. Yeah. Is your body starting to fall apart?
Dude, Dude, don't even.
Dude.
I literally wrote a bit about this while I was taking a shit earlier.
Yeah, that's a good time for writing bits about your body falling apart. Why is my back hurting? Well, I'm dropping a deuce. This never happened when I was 17.
No, dude. You remember, like, okay, all right, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I don't know about you, but for me, like, my Instagram suggestions were just, like, all thirst traps. You know what I mean? Just, like, girls in bikinis, girls twerking. And now it's just all like how to fix your hip flexors, how to fix that kink in your shoulder. You know what I mean?
The algorithm knows you better than you know yourself.
Yeah. Well, back then it was listening to like me and my boys being like, "Oh man, we're gonna go out tonight. We're gonna get the ladies."
Yeah.
You know? So it was like ladies.
Now it hears you like, "Oh, my back." It's like 5 p.m. You're making dinner. Oh, my arm hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
my shoulder is in pain and I haven't moved today. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how to hydrate yourself. Why you should take creatine. What supplements to take, and it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
But yeah, my body is falling apart. Like my I don't know if you can sit down Indian style.
Let's see.
But like this is like oh yeah, you got it way better than me. Like this is me and my mom hates this. This is tight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, I hate you, bro.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Those hip flexors.
Good old hip flexors. And that's why I have this back extension, because we work on our front core and our side core through so much of life, but no one tells us to work on those spinal muscles right around your spine.
Oh, so you're doing like reverse sit-ups or something?
I'm doing back extensions, a lot of back extensions, back holds.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So yeah, when I say my body is falling apart, it is, miss. Yep.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Now I used to, when I was like 18, I started going to the gym, and I was always like a runt or whatever. But then like going to the gym was great.
Yeah.
I like started putting on muscle, and then I was doing like deadlifts and squats, and I like got up in weight, like, you know, not super heavy or whatever, but like compared to where I started, it was like way higher. And then I tried doing like squats, like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and my back was just in agony. I was like, what happened?
Back extensions.
Yeah, it's
rebuild that back, make it like a fucking armor. I tell you, dude.
okay. I feel like now is like my last shot too, because your body's not getting any better, dude. Time is not on our side.
It's not. So this is the time before you get into your 40s. It's better to fix this shit now, dude.
Yeah, that's so true. Man, I was at an open mic. There's this like 75-year-old guy who went on, and he was like, here, Joe, got bad news for you guys. One day you'll all look like me. And I was like, literally like fuck, like in 40 years I will be 70. That was like, I was like ruminating on that. I was like, dude, like that is not a lot of time. Like I gotta do, and like 60's not that much better, and that's only 30 years away.
I know.
And the robots are coming in 10.
Yeah.
So I gotta get going now.
Exactly. You better start stretching and getting fit. You know, building what it is about building the habits.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't seem so overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And even if you take it little by little, it's about still fucking building those habits. And that's what I'm slowly learning. Like I stopped smoking at the end of December last year.
Nice.
I was a huge pot and like nicotine head, and I would smoke spliffs all the time.
Nice.
And
yeah,
I was
that's sick, dude.
yeah, I mean, I was doing it out of a bong. It was great. I was getting super ripped.
Yeah, but good for you for quitting. That's actually, you probably feel way better.
I feel better, and I feel like I can do comedy better now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't have like this lingering anxiety or like like sometimes I would come home and maybe someone at work said something like offlandish to me, and it was like, oh, I'd rather just get high.
Yeah.
Fuck comedy.
Yeah.
Now it's like I have a little bit of like a hard head again.
Sure.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can brush it off, and you
Yeah.
can drive. Do you think clearer? Is your head?
Oh yeah, I mean, I probably don't think with as much empathy as before.
Sure.
So I have to like, you know, sometimes you'll get high and you'll be like, oh man, maybe I was a little mean. Like,
No, I've got that problem bad.
yeah, I got that real bad.
Yeah. Oh, dude, empathy. I wish I had that.
But now I definitely on stage I can like think in the moment more, right?
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
I'm like I'm more present. I feel like rather than like, you know, I was like spacey before. Like your head is ringing.
Yeah.
Or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's like a fog. Like, being
Yeah.
high is kind of like drifting through a fog.
Yeah.
It does help you. I do find when I'm like super anxious about something, if I smoke weed, it just helps me like get a different perspective on it. You can kind of like take a step back, view it more objectively or whatever.
But then later you're like, oh gosh, should I have gotten high? I don't know, because I was smoking a lot of nicotine too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like feeling like oh god, fucking, and yeah. So
dude, I've been wondering this about nicotine because I don't. Okay, well I chew a lot of nicotine gum and I do Zins and stuff, but like when I smoke a cigarette, it's weird because nicotine is a stimulant, but a cigarette like calms you down.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you? Like a stimulant, like nicotine is a stimulant, but you smoke a cigarette to calm down.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because it's just you warm up your lungs. It's like a hug from the inside.
A smoky hug from the inside that's slowly killing you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I'm never gonna quit smoking now.
No. I need those hugs. We talked about it earlier. We just need to go to a place to just get a hug.
Dude, I went to a cigar lounge yesterday in Montauk.
Yeah.
And that was the coolest thing ever. It was just like a little shop with like a lot of nice couches, and the guy like cut open and lit a cigar for you, and you felt like you were an important ad executive in the 1950s.
Yeah,
it was.
Dude. There is this show that's called the Comedy Code or something. Now I'm fucking it up because I don't even know what it's called. But like it's like it's in a
check it out, the Comedy Code.
I'm actually doing it June 13th, so you'll see it on my Instagram. But yeah, it's in a cigar lounge, and it's like usually it's like 2 black guys run it, so it's like usually a lot of older black people too.
Oh, nice.
So you just feel like, man, this is super something,
Yeah, you probably feel cool as hell, man.
Yeah, except when like you're bombing, and then then you feel like heavily judged.
That's true. There's high variance on the performance.
Yeah, because you're the only brown guy in there. So it's kind of crazy.
That's
wicked. Yeah, dude, cigar lounges are pretty sexy.
Yeah, they are.
Like, since I'm thinking about re-signing my lease, there is a cigar lounge in Center City that like I'm trying to, get into.
Get into it? Is that like just like, is it a club or you just like to hang out at as a hobby?
I don't actually hang out at cigar lounges at all. I just think it's a real sexy spot, like right in Center City. And I think sometimes the people that might be there might be like,
you meet some interesting characters there for sure.
Yeah, and it's like maybe like they might have some influence. It might be like a good networking place to do a show.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it'd be fun to just go in there and start talking to strangers. I was kind of thinking like messing with them a little bit. You don't want to do that, but if it was like a town where you were never gonna return again, those would be fun people to fuck with a little bit. Yeah,
well, like even like I do a lot of crowd work if I have time, and it's like I just treat crowd work like just doing a podcast. You know what I mean? I don't go in ever with a malicious intent. And if you like, just like in this episode, we've had like some big laughs.
Yep.
And it's just authentic.
Yep.
We're not like driving it. So sometimes that happens, and it just happens. And
yeah,
it's like,
that's cool. That probably goes with the storytelling aspect too, because
right.
It's honest. You're doing real things. You're being yourself. Yeah.
And it's like I would like to do that with those dudes, and maybe occasionally you'll get like a real badass chick in there too that's puffing on a stogie.
Yeah, roll their Harley outside, walks in.
Yeah. Well, the one I'm talking about in Center City is like I feel like a lot of suits go in there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like I think that's just so I don't know. I've been just thinking about it for like a couple years now, but I was like I needed to get like my comedy legs under me
to do a show there.
Yeah. Now I feel like I just featured at a club in Bristol, and I did like 20 minutes one night, 22 minutes the other night. Both nights went really well. So I'm like,
that's sick.
So I was like, I could probably do it there now.
Now you're ready for the cigar lounge comedy.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome. You should totally do that.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it because me and my one buddy Usman used to run a show at a hookah lounge.
Okay.
But the thing is, it was like up in North Philly, and it was like an Arab hookah lounge.
Okay.
So sometimes we would have cultural differences.
Sure. Okay.
But I'm like this mullet Indian whitewashed dude, so I feel like I would excel kind of where everyone's at,
At the cigar lounge.
Yeah. We're not just one demographic of human is at,
Yeah. Were there any interesting run-ins at the hookah lounge?
No. Everyone was pretty friendly and like,
Sure.
it was like it was chill. Like my buddy Usman is Muslim.
Okay.
So like we were
So it wasn't like two Indian dudes going into the hostile territory.
No. He like brought me in. He was like, "This is one of the good ones."
They're like, howdy, Bart. Howdy, y'all.
Yeah, I start talking in the accent. That accent, they're like getting really confused. Like, where's the Yeah, man.
That's sick.
You be scrolling on TikTok a lot or what?
I don't do TikTok, but I'm on Instagram too much. I got one of those apps that like reduces my usage of Instagram, and all it does is add like a 15-second barrier to how long it takes me to access Instagram.
Oh shit! What's the app called?
I don't even know. It's like blue, and it's
Blue
like,
Chew, huh?
Blue Chew, yeah. Yeah, pop a Blue Chew, and I'm just too excited to go on Instagram.
Get a boner before you get on Instagram.
I'm just scrolling out. Where's the good stuff? Yeah, so I've been doing Instagram on Blue Chew, and it's been going well.
Hell yeah. I asked you that because today I was at work scrolling on the toilet, and there's this OnlyFans woman, Nala Ray or something, right?
Okay.
And you know this guy Charlie Kirk or something. He's like
I recognize the name.
What?
I recognize the name.
He's like one of these guys that go out there and try to like go into like liberal schools and talk about like Republican shit.
Oh, okay. He likes the controversy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he's at this wherever, and this Nala girl comes up, and she's made a lot of money doing OnlyFans, right?
Okay.
And now she's a reformed Christian girl, and she goes up there, and she's like, you know, like, how do we make porn illegal? And I was like, it kind of like triggered me. It's like, how can you be like, let's make porn illegal now that I've made my fortune? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I was like sitting there furious. And that's like if Apple was like, oh, okay, now nobody should use child labor.
Now we have morals.
Yeah.
Pay them well, you guys. Not us, okay? We're done. We can't use them anymore. The tariffs are too expensive, so nobody can anymore.
So I don't know. How do you feel about this? You know what I mean? I don't know. It made me upset. I was just not for the porn. I think whatever you want to do porn, you do porn. We do comedy. That's like you're ruining yourself in another way. You know what I mean?
I think the interesting thing there is to go from being an OnlyFans model to a reformed Christian. Like that's the part of it that's really interesting to me. Like, I wonder, like how she got there, how she feels about her past. Almost, I don't know. I think it's like an interesting slice of humanity.
Well, they think. I mean, I think these people think, oh, God can save me. God did. You know what they do? They do that fucking dump in the. They do the dump in the pool. Or was it a baptism?
a little dunk.
They do a little dunk in the pool, and they're like, ah, shit, it's all washed away.
Yeah.
No, baby girl. Mm-mm.
Dude, I'm so jealous of people who can believe in that. Oh, wouldn't it be nice?
It would. The thing is, I don't know. Okay, look. Occasionally, I'll sleep, and I'll have a bad dream that reminds me of something I did 7 years ago.
Yeah.
You guys don't have that? That doesn't happen to you guys? It doesn't come back to bite you in the ass like that?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they think about regrets from the past, but then they're so steadfast in their belief that there's this like man in the sky or in like an alternate universe who like is guiding everyone's path and loves them, and that just makes them feel good inside.
Yeah, and maybe that Lambo out front too, huh?
Yeah, the people who take it super literally, I don't understand, because obviously your life still has problems, and God can fix those problems. And you can like stop people from dying of child hunger, and you could remove suffering. Mm-hmm. But then there's like part of the beauty of religion is it's like an unfalsifiable hypothesis, because it's a challenge. Everything's a challenge. It's like it's literally defined in such a way that it can't be disproved through the like avenues of science or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, if you're gonna start a religion, obviously don't make it falsifiable. That'd be crazy. But to like find somewhere to believe it from nothing.
Yeah.
It's like mental alchemy. Like you're like making gold out of thin air in your head. There's something like the ability to have faith. Like I'm not preaching. I was raised atheist.
Okay.
I think this is why I have this kind of perspective, because I've always been like living in a life devoid of meaning.
Right.
But like these people who are able to just have like blind faith and truly let it like enter their soul and live with it as if it is real to them. That's fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what we need, is a little blind faith in our life.
No. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, you're right. That's crazy.
I'm just saying I wish I was.
That's crazy. Alright, yeah, check this out, Macy. Before we had to get out of here because you're hosting a mic here in Philly tonight.
Jose Pistolas.
Jose Pistolas, shout out.
Shout out.
Let me ask you something. Okay, you heard this theory on the internet, one gorilla versus 1,000 men?
Yes.
Okay, and then you know who Bonnie Blue is?
No.
Okay, Bonnie Blue is this Australian woman who banged 1,000 dudes in a day.
Oh, I heard about this.
Okay,
yeah.
So the question I have for you is, would you rather be the first to fight the gorilla or the 1,000th to fuck Bonnie Blue?
1,000th to fuck Bonnie Blue easy. You're gonna die if you're the first to fight the gorilla.
Yeah.
1,000th to fight Bonnie Blue, you'll get like chlamydia 3 times. But the gorilla's gonna do worse than chlamydia.
Yeah. Okay. Look.
You'll get at least syphilis.
Yeah, maybe herpes. And then you gotta marry her.
You gotta marry her. Yeah.
No. I love that. I love that answer. I respect it. Me personally, I'm gonna die as a man with the gorilla. You know.
Damn, you must hate chlamydia.
I never had it. Never had it, you know.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, shout out, buddy. No chlamydia gang. Yeah, okay, beautiful. I love that, and I respect that answer from you, and I love everything about that, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, there's hot takes on important topics over here.
Yeah, man. All right, tell the people where to find you, and let's get you out of here.
All right, you can find me at Eastville Comedy Club, Sunday, 6 p.m. Got the hottest open mic in town. You can find me on the internet at m_c_comedy. And you can find me roaming the streets of Manhattan and Brooklyn at 2 a.m. on a Saturday.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for coming through, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Of course, bro. This was a lot of fun. Deuces.
Peace.